On the 25th November, more than 1.5 million young people in China will be taking the 2013 National Civil Service Examination to compete for some 20,000 positions in various government sectors. These numbers mean for every job, there will be 66 candidates competing on average. There are over 100 positions where the competition gets really fierce. In fact, the admission ratio in this case is as high as 1,000 to 1. Why do more and more young people in China want to work for the government? In this episode of Digest China, we'll meet one university student preparing for this year's exams. A young civil servant who topped the selection last year and became an employee at the Ministry of Commerce. And an entrepreneur who saw business opportunities in the exam industry. Mu Lin is in his senior year at the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing, majoring in English. He didn't make up his mind to apply for a position at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs until the very last few days before the deadline. But he intended to take the National Civil Service Examination since his third year at the university.
就那会儿大家都在想，以后要做什么，就是去外企、去国企，还是考公务员，还是要出国。因为我觉得跟其他的选择比起来，就是现在参加国考做公务员之后的待遇还有生活节奏都是大家比较理想的一种。一些美国的企业可能它的待遇并不比当公务员差。但是每天可能早上9点钟就要上班了，然后天天都有加班。
我们知道国考一年比一年热，报名的年轻人一年比一年多。那么你对这个现象怎么看呢？
我觉得年轻人现在压力还是挺大的。现在看起来摆在我面前选择非常多，有这么多地方可以去，但是真正落到我们自己身上的，就比如说这边有100个选择，但是其实这100个选择就都是一周要加4天班，然后要加到8、9点钟，而且工资跟别的地方也差不多的，所以这100个选择等于就是一个选择，就是比较累，然后工资一般的那个选择。
那么现在社会上有一种声音，就是有越来越多的年轻人热衷于国考，想进入体制内，而年轻人似乎更应该多去闯世界，追寻自己的梦想。考公务员可能是一种浪费青春的做法，那么你对这种声音怎么看呢？
我觉得这不是年轻人的问题，年轻人只是被引导的，就是在哪一边前途比较光明，年轻人自然就想向那边走。那么在中国来说，可能在体制内前途比较光明，所以年轻人就往这边走了。所以我觉得年轻人不是向着体制和规则走的。年轻人是向着光明走的，那现在既然就光明被定在这一边了，大家肯定会蜂拥而至的。
While the exams are getting popular among young people, how do they select candidates? China's National Civil Service Examination consists of 2 standard written tests and individualized interviews. In the test of administrative competency, candidates have to answer 135 multiple-choice questions in 2 hours. The questions cover areas such as current affairs and general knowledge, reading, math, and logic. In the test of argumentation, candidates have to read several large passages concerning current affairs, summarize them, draft official documents, and write argumentative essays in 2.5 hours. The 2 written exams serve as the first round of selection for government sectors to narrow down candidates for interviews. Passing the exams would be very challenging to many. Chen Chaoyi became an employee at the Ministry of Commerce in 2011. The job he applied for was one of the most competitive positions that year. But topping the selection wasn't just his luck. He actually failed his first attempt in 2010. I was interested in how he succeeded the second time around. Well, let's look at your experiences. After you took the 2 written exams, what did the following 5 rounds of selections look like?
After you've taken the national exam, you go to the ministerial one, then you go to the departmental one. And I don't think I don't think everyone has to take 5 rounds of interview. That's only my case, but the sequence is clear. We all try to keep smiling because you know it's a very important, extremely important quality that you keep in here. You must be amicable, you must be peaceful all the time, otherwise I think it would be deadly for you.
At that time, you had already worked for China's Central Television for 1 year as a news editor,
Yes.
which would have been considered a dream job by many already.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to take the civil servant exam?
And for me, I do not want to appear cynical in front of the camera, but let me just tell you in this way. To be a news editor or to be a news reporter, as I was to tell the stories about what others have done. However, I would prefer to do the things, to be involved in the things, and let others to tell stories about it.
So you want to be talked about?
Yes. I don't want to talk about. I want to be talked about.
So what made you think that being a civil servant would enable you to become the subject of the story?
Well, actually, we are running the whole country, as you see. So, aren't we the center of others' attention?
So, what was your childhood dream?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far during my childhood, right? I was just thinking about how to play, how to dodge the homework. But what my father kept telling me is that you can be a diplomat. A diplomat is an ideal job for me and for him.
So, as we can see, China's civil servant exams are getting more and more popular among young people. What do you think of such a phenomenon?
I think there are 2 reasons. The first one is that if you join this group and you're working for the country, and this is a kind of honor and glory for not for oneself but for the whole family, and it was it was cherished throughout the history of our nation. Right. The second one is, I think, for a lot of my compatriots, for a lot of Chinese, to live and work in Beijing, the capital, with a high social status, as I have talked, and with a relatively decent salary, is an opportunity to change one's own fate. My family works in the field. My family were a farmer from ancestry, from my ancestors. So I can change this. I can change this by working hard, by studying hard.
But what do government jobs really promise young people in China nowadays? In March, My China Occupational Skills, or MyCourse, an independent research institute, conducted a survey with more than 250,000 college graduates from more than 2,000 Chinese universities and colleges. According to MyCourse, college graduates of the class of 2011 who work in government sectors do not make as much money as those working in foreign companies, state-owned and private companies. The situation is quite similar for graduates from the class 2008 who have already worked for 3 years. Compared to other workers, government employees receive the smallest salary rise over the period. In spite of modest salaries, graduates from 2011 report having the highest degree of satisfaction in working in government sectors 6 months after their graduation, ahead of state-owned enterprises, foreign companies, non-government organizations, and private enterprises. The situation is also similar for the class of 2008, even 3 years after their graduation. The large number of examinees each year is not the sole testimony of the exam's increasing popularity. An industry chain that comes with it is booming as well. Not only are there hundreds of textbooks, exercise sheets, and audiovisual publications, but there are also online courses, training camps, and private tutors.
公务员类的书呢，一直是我们比较一个重点吧。应该说这几年销售的情况都比较平稳，每年销售额都在100余万吧。今年呢，应该说随着这个考试人群这个增加，应该是2万人左右，比去年增加了3000多个岗位，去年是1.7万，所以呢，也是感觉今年的销售肯定会要好于前几年。
Yang said each individual customer spends at least 100 yuan or $16 on exam-related books. But in terms of knowing what civil servants candidates need and want, Li Yongxin is perhaps one of the first few people in China to find business opportunities. As early as 2001, Li started offering training services to exam candidates. And now his company publishes dozens of books each year and runs 300 training centers with more than 5,000 lecturers around the country. Li estimates that the industry itself is worth about 5 billion yuan, or $790 million annually. And his company shares up to 40% of the cake. Unlike many of his peers at that time, Li decided to start his own business even before graduating from Peking University more than a decade ago.
李总裁，首先我想问一下，您在2001年的时候怎么想到要做公务员培训的呢？
因为我们在给很多奥数的孩子做培训的时候呢，确实也很容易，但是呢，我们会发现呢，没有乐趣，没有兴趣。但是我们和大学生给他做公务员考试培训的时候呢，我们可以得到那种价值的反馈。我们的这种思想观念可以跟他进行交流比如说就是说你对这种生命的理解，你对这种社会的理解，你对这种做人做事处事原则的理解你会在跟上课的过程当中跟他们进行沟通和交流。
我听说中公教育的所有老师都要求自己亲自参加公务员考试，是不是这样子？
是的，是的，
是您要求的。
对，是，尤其在初期这一条是特别严格的。你像我们在99年、00年、01年。我们在做公务员考试研发的时候，我们都亲自去考试，真正体现在那么短的时间内回答135道题，那么50几秒钟来答一道题，这种状态和感受。
那我在采访您之前，我自己也试着做了一下这个行测的题，然后呢，我发现有很多的题目，比如说图形的逻辑推理，对，然后立体几何、等差数列等等这些的题，那这些题跟公务员的实际工作有多大联系呢？
这个它实际上是通过这样的一种方式考察你的这种基本潜能，对吧？考察基本潜能，对吧？比如数学，你看着和我们公文的文字的很多这种工作好像是没有关系，但是这里面所体现出来一个人对数字的理解，对逻辑的理解，它是可以理性的理解，它是可以反映在你看似文科的这个工作当中来的。对吧？这是行测，申论就更是完全模仿作为一个日常机关工作当中的工作人员他的这种日常的工作情况了。你要写材料，你要汇总材料，你要向上领导进行汇报，你还要写文章等等，而且完全是对日常工作的一种模拟。那么这么多年来，10多年的命题，我认为已经是非常科学的，而且是非常有效的，能够把这个中央机关、省级机关和地市级机关真正需要的人才选拔出来。
我了解到您是一位大学生创业者，就大学还没有毕业的时候就已经开始创业了。那比如说20年前，大批的年轻人纷纷走出体制，下海或者是自主创业，或者是进入外企工作。那么20年以后，今天好像这个潮流发生了一个反转，这个方向反转了。那么您作为一个大学生创业者，怎么样看待今天越来越多的年轻人选择走跟您当初截然不同的道路呢？
我是为什么创业是跟我骨子里的很多因素有关系。比如说我喜欢创新，比如我喜欢差异化我的同学都去读书了，美国读书，都去考研，都去从政那我就不想跟他们走一样的道路，所以去创业。这实际上是创新和差异化的一种思想在影响我。那么你会发现在我们那个年代可能去外企是比较好的选择。这些年你会发现，大家都会去关注公务员，然后报考人数从02年的8万人到现在150万，这实际上体现了这样一种关注吧。我对这个问题我并不觉得是个非常好的现象，因为来讲呢，在这么关注政府，实际上我觉得从某种程度和意义上，对于一个年轻人来讲是在走一种捷径。他实际上在政府扩张的过程当中，实际上吸取了 这种超额的价值，为什么公务员这么热？深层次原因就在这样的，对。所以我并不欣赏，也并不希望更多的那种大学生啊，希望通过这样一种方式，快速的实现人生的这种财富，或者是权利，或者是这种地位的这种积累啊。我觉得还是应该去做一些创新性的事情啊，去企业去做一些真正对社会产生价值啊，通过创新的方式产生价值的这种事儿，才是年轻人应该做的。趁着我们有激情、有热情、有理想，想干事的时候，多干点这种事情。否则过了30年、20年，我们真正在想发挥自己那种创新精神的时候，发现自己老了，没热情了，没激情了。